is the coldest, most isolated place on Earth and the least understood. Buried beneath Antarctica's endless ice lie structures, fossils and clues that could rewrite what we know about Earth's history and challenge our understanding of the ancient world.
Antarctica is empty, just ice, snow, and silence. But that's a lie. Because right now, beneath miles of frozen stillness, something is moving. Over 5,000 people are stationed at the bottom of the world right now. Not tourists and not thrill seekers. We're talking scientists, engineers, families. Entire communities quietly building something permanent. Structures that don't look like research stations, they look like cities. And that's just what they let you see.
Antarctica is the last frontier. It holds our imagination. Old maps that said, "Here be monsters." The last remaining territory on the planet that could have such a designation is Antarctica.
Something seems to be going on this mysterious continent at the South Pole. And it has been theorized by a number of people that Antarctica is some kind of alien base.
People assume Antarctica is silent. It isn't. It hums, low, constant, like something sleeping but not dead. Early explorers wrote about it, not officially, in journals, in letters never published. They described unease, disorientation, time feeling wrong, as if the land itself rejected them. Compasses spun, radios failed. Men reported hearing voices in the wind, not words, patterns, rhythms. They were told it was isolation, cold, madness. But the same symptoms appeared again, and again, and again. Across decades, across nations, across missions that were never meant to connect. The screen shakes. Wind screams. White stretches forever. Men stand frozen. Not from cold, from fear. A shadow moves beneath the ice. Too large, too wrong. The footage cuts. What you're about to hear was never meant to be found. Antarctica isn't empty. It's sealed, not to protect the ice, but to protect the truth. We were told Antarctica was discovered in 1820, but ancient maps show it long before. Ice-free, detailed, accurate. Coastlines drawn by people who should never have seen them. Someone mapped Antarctica. Before it froze, ice cores tell the same story. Soil, pollen, forests, life. Antarctica was once green. Not millions of years ago, thousands. Right when civilization resets. In 1946, the world's largest military expedition sailed south. Operation High Jump. 13 ships, thousands of men. 6 months planned. 8 weeks later, they fled. Aircraft lost. Men shaken. A commander warning of technology beyond imagination. Then silence. Why does every nation agree on Antarctica? No ownership, no digging, no truth. Satellites blur it. Coordinates vanish. Flights reroute. Because beneath the ice, there are shapes, straight lines, perfect angles, pyramids, too precise to be nature. Maps from centuries ago show the land beneath the ice. Not guesswork, not myth. Survey-level accuracy, copied from older sources, sources from before the freeze. 12,000 years ago, Earth breaks, sudden cold, floods, fire from the sky. Civilizations collapse. Every culture remembers it. Different names, same ending, a reset. The poles shift, the crust moves, oceans surge. Antarctica becomes the freezer. History stops there, preserved. Nazi Germany knew this. They went south, mapped territory, claimed land. Submarines vanished, bases whispered about, warm, powered, hidden. After the war, expeditions didn't stop. They watched, they guarded, they classified, because something survived the collapse, or something was left behind. Modern scientists don't talk. They sign agreements. They leave early. They break down. Data disappears. Heat shows up where it shouldn't. Energy beneath ancient ice, still active. Antarctica isn't a research site. It's a containment zone. If what's buried proves civilization existed before us, then progress is a lie. Then collapse is inevitable. Then humanity isn't advancing. It's repeating. The pyramids, stone circles, impossible monuments, not built to reach the sky, built to remember. Antarctica is the last chapter of a book we forgot, we already read. The ending was sealed. Not forever, just long enough. Now the ice is melting, cracks widening, structures emerging, warnings surfacing. The schedule resumes. Lower your voice. Antarctica was never just frozen, it was paused. Mid-sentence, mid-civilization, mid-warning. What's buried there wasn't erased. It was preserved. Locked beneath ice meant to outlast empires. But ice was never meant to last forever. Every ancient culture warned us, not of fire, not of flood, but of forgetting. Because when humanity forgets where it came from, it repeats what destroyed it. Antarctica isn't revealing secrets by accident. It's doing it on time. And whatever returns with the melt is something our ancestors feared enough to bury at the end of the world. This story doesn't end here. It's been waiting. Antarctica doesn't just hold ice, it holds pressure, the kind that builds slowly, silently, until something breaks. Every layer of ice is a layer of time, compressed, stacked, waiting, and the deeper you go, the older the memory becomes. Scientists drill downward, not for answers, for confirmation. Confirmation that something happened here, suddenly, violently, recently. Ice doesn't form like this under normal conditions. It doesn't seal continents overnight. It doesn't trap ecosystems intact, unless the freeze was instant, unless the planet panicked. Antarctica looks natural, but it behaves engineered, balanced, contained, almost maintained. Why does the ice grow back faster in certain zones? Why do temperature anomalies remain stable for decades? Why do some regions refuse to cool or warm, like they're regulated? There are valleys in Antarctica with no ice at all. Dry, exposed, ancient, older than the glaciers surrounding them. Time capsules left open on purpose. Researchers aren't allowed to linger there. Not officially. They collect samples quickly, then leave. Always leave. Some ice cores don't just show climate, they show interruption. Perfect layers, then chaos, then perfect layers again. A line, a scar, a moment when the world changed direction. This wasn't erosion, this wasn't chance, this was a stop and a restart. Civilizations don't disappear without traces. They leave debris, ruins, pollution, radiation. Antarctica hides all of it, preserved, frozen, undisturbed. What if the ice isn't hiding history? What if it's protecting us from it? Every advanced society believes it's the first. Everyone believes it's permanent. Everyone is wrong. Antarctica is proof that intelligence doesn't guarantee survival. Only memory does. That's why the warnings weren't written in books. Books burn. Libraries collapse. Warnings were written in stone, in geometry, in placement, in locations that would survive the end of everything else. The poles were chosen because they reset last, because they remember longest. Even now, instruments near the South Pole behave differently. Atomic clocks drift. Particles behave strangely. Time doesn't tick evenly. Physics bends slightly near the ends of the Earth. Just enough to notice, not enough to explain. Ancient cultures knew this. That's why their maps weren't symbolic. They were technical, measurements, alignments, knowledge passed forward. Until someone decided it was too dangerous to keep. What you're seeing now isn't discovery, it's recovery. The ice isn't retreating randomly, it's releasing, layer by layer, sequence by sequence. And when the final layer opens, it won't be dramatic. No explosion, no announcement, just understanding. The realization that this has happened before, that it will happen again, and that Antarctica was never the mystery. We were, because the most dangerous thing buried under the ice isn't technology or ruins or warnings, it's familiarity.